we're back with another one. I want you guys to keep in mind that this interview with Carlissa and Jaidyn, and you're going to hear the mindset, the mentality of Jaidyn. So what we see is not always what it is or what it appears. This is one of the reasons I think that Chrisean Rock needs to get her life together, because at the drop of the dime, I'm not convinced that he won't go back to Jaidyn Alexis. I'm convinced that he would. And if she was to go to jail, Chrisean, do a little bid, because she would not, take care of her legal obligations, he would definitely be spending a lot of time with his kids where Jaidyn would be. And trust me, things would happen between the sheets. And I want you to listen to the history behind Blueface and Jaidyn, and how it really worries me about this new reborn relationship with Chrisean Rock and Blueface. I hope it works out. I think that she deserves to have Blueface. She's been through a lot. A lot of things that Blueface used to do to Chrisean Rock, like when he put hands on her, he did that in public. But when he did it to Jaidyn, he at least showed some type of dignity, even though a man shouldn't be putting his hands on a woman, where he wouldn't be exposing her like he was Chrisean Rock. So there's a big difference in the relationships. He has, to me, no respect for neither one of them. But my attitude is, if you like it, I love it. I can't, play Cupid. I can't tell people who to be with. But I want you to listen to this interview. You might think differently after you hear this interview.
Subscribers going, like, share, do what you got to do. Let's make this thing grow. I'm excited. Woo, woo. So today's special guest is a special request from fans all over the world. You asked for her, I got her. My daughter-in-law, my grandson's mother, Miss Jaidyn Alexis.
What's up, y'all?
So the people want to know, inquiring minds want to know, they want the tea. Where did you and Mr. Blueface meet?
High school. A long time ago.
Give us the details. What was it like? Was he a gentleman? Did he?
Super shy.
Super shy?
Quiet.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who made the first move?
Probably little both, like accidental, like hee, like.
Okay. So gym class.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I remember that, because I remember him asking me every day, like almost in a threatening manner, get me out of PE, get me out of PE. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, I'm cool. And then she popped up. Okay. So you met in PE class. What was the first date? Where'd you guys go? What was the first date like?
So long ago. I feel like we couldn't even go nowhere, really. We were so young, probably like church with you or the movies or something, like super simple like that.
So y'all heard that. The first date was church.
Yeah.
She a church girl.
So remember, the history of Jaidyn and Blueface started when they were teenagers. Carlissa said, what, you guys were, 15? You were 15, Jaidyn? She said, probably 14. So she has history with Blueface, and see what keeps Blueface around and treating her differently, and always treated her differently, even though he has no respect for her neither, is the fact of the history of the used to, and the guilt that comes with knowing that you're doing someone wrong, that you got history with, that held you down before you became a millionaire, when you was a nobody, even went homeless with you. When he had nowhere to go, she went homeless. She left her mother's house to be homeless with him. And like Carlissa had said before, matter of fact, there's another video I'm gonna share with you. She used to go to work, leave him home with their son, but when she would get her check, she would give the whole check to Blueface Take something out for herself, give him the whole check, and she would be the one working while he stayed home. So that goes to show the mentality of Jaidyn, and why I don't believe it's gonna be that easy than said by Blueface that he's gonna leave Jaidyn alone that easily. I think when he gets out, reality's gonna set in. And what he's used to, which is both of them, Chrisean Rock being the side chick and Jaidyn Alexis being the main because she was there first. That's the only reason why I'm saying main, because it seems like Chrisean Rock is the main chick because of the relationship is different. It's different in a more exciting way for Blueface or for anyone. If you had to pick a relationship, anybody would pick Chrisean and Blueface. Is more, Bonnie and Clyde and excitement to it when you think of it.
Okay, so you guys meet, you guys are dating. Is at this point he's still, you said, kind of shy?
Yeah, he's always been shy.
Okay, even as a football player?
Well, not shy there, but shy like in real life. He's quiet, that Aquarius vibe.
Okay, so when does it start to get juicy? What's the first memory where you like, I knew this was gonna happen?
Probably, honestly, because when we were just chilling, it's perfect. It's home to me, and I knew it. I don't know how I knew it, but I knew it, and that's all. Like, we could be on the couch watching movies, didn't matter.
Okay. So is he like romantic or?
He can be. Not all the time though. He's not much of a planner, so it kind of is like more spur of the moment. He's like the worst planner.
Okay, so you got to do all the planning.
Yeah, pretty much. But he has his moments though. I'm not gonna knock him.
Okay, so I'm not gonna rush you, but the people want the tea.
What?
What is it like to date him before all of this fame and celebrity versus like now?
It was kind of a build-up, It was always kind of girls everywhere all the time. Football games, it didn't matter. But it's just been a build-up now. It got more and more, but it's cool. It's got its perks.
Oh, so he's kind of been like a little flirt all over the place. Yeah. So before?
Yes.
So it's not the money?
No. It was never the money. It was just this thing, I guess.
Okay. Because I remember one time when you stop me if I'm telling too much of the business. You just give me a hands up. I remember the first time you came home to my house, because you pretty much was there every day.
Right.
But you came home and you said, you started crying and you called him a few names and you seemed frustrated. Do you remember what I said to you that day? It was the first time.
No. It was something like he's gonna be this guy forever. Like, if I'm down for him, then stay down for him. And I surely was down for him. I'm still down for him.
Okay, so I'm gonna just clarify and.
Let me say something. I hope you're listening to her response, Jaidyn Alexis, because I don't care if she's ignoring or she likes girls, or you can like the opposite. But understand that Jaidyn will be with Blueface if Blueface decides to want to go over there and play family man and try to get at her. She's gonna definitely, even if she has to share him, be present in that relationship. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you have to understand that Chrisean was present in her relationship. So, fair exchange, no robbery. I don't think that Jaidyn Alexis is going to let that go that easily. It's just not going to happen like that. I think that she's being quiet because she's being strategic. She's playing chess, not checkers. There's no reason for her to be chatty patty, going back and forth, warring. She says her little slick stuff and throws rocks and hides her hands. But at the end of the day, she's not worrying about anything. Trust and believe, she's not worrying about anything. She's not bothered by anything. And she's definitely going to be dealing with Blueface when he gets out. And I just really hope that Nobody gets hurt in the process, because I'm telling you, that Q&A, that second one that Blueface did, the way he was answering the questions clearly let me know that he has not changed at all. That is Blueface. That is who he is. He has made promises to both these girls. I don't know what's different this time. He's in jail. When people go to jail, of course they're nice. That's called the jail talk, the jail game, the jail move, the jail swag. But when they get out, I'm telling you, they just I've been with men, within a couple of minutes they were back to their old self. They were in jail, when you're in jail, you got rules to follow. You know what I'm saying? And nobody wants to deal with somebody in jail. Nobody wants to take people's collect calls and have to be running up there doing visits and canteen and so on and so forth. So, people have to play it cool, you know what I'm saying, to get what they need until they get out, and then their true colors come back.
What I remember how it went. So I said, I had a dream that this kid is going to be way beyond where he is right now.
Right.
And that means it's probably going to, the women and all of this stuff is probably going to get worse than football. And if you don't have the big girl panties for this, today's the day to check out. Because I've already saw it. And this gets, and what were you, like maybe 15 at the time?
Probably 14.
And he might have been 15. Like what, 16?
Yeah.
So it's pretty safe to say we knew this is where we were going to be.
Definitely.
Okay.
They've been together for a minute.
Why didn't you run?
I don't know. It was love. That was my first love. It's still my first love.
So he was your first?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you his first?
No.
No. I mean, you guys were young. I don't know all the business.
I probably was close, but not. No, I don't think so.
Okay. So you didn't run. You decided to stay, and you guys are dating, and he's still all over the place. Was there at any other point did you decide I should run even after that?
I mean, we've always had our ups and downs, but I've always had my mind set on what I want.
And what is it that you want?
My family's going to be together. My family's going to be together. It's going to always be together. I don't know. I set my heart on that, and that's what I get.
So this has really nothing to do with him.
And she's keeping it real, because trust and believe that's her mindset now. Like she said, my family's going to be together. And she's not lying, because even through him picking fights with Jaidyn, you know how men pick fights and then they run off with the side chick, and he's publicly with Chrisean Rock. She sees this. It is no hiding it like it is with just a normal relationship. Like, people like us, we're not like larger than life social media influencers making big time money, getting bags on social media. So our life is not public. So, the men that we deal with when we're going through changes, we don't know what they're doing when they pick fights and they run off, and they might move out, or leave the house and come back late night. But in the back of your mind, he's with a woman. He publicly had Chrisean on his arm. She knew that, and she kept going back. This was 6 months ago she said that. And if he tells her right now to bring his son, I don't care about her being mad right now and no, he's not going to see his son. That's BS. That's what she's going through right now. Jaidyn Alexis is going to bring his son up to see him. She's not only going to bring the son up to see him, she wants to see him as well. And she probably gives him an earful. And he listens, and it is no telling what he's really saying to Jaidyn. Jaidyn doesn't feel as though she needs to even hint around about Lord knows what Blueface is saying to her. Because she's been with him so many years, she's confident enough to know that she's going to always be first, even if he announced publicly that he's with Chrisean.
These are just your standards as a woman.
Well, I love him, and I'll always love him, but I don't know what it was, but God told me that just do that. And I was like, okay.
Wow. So we talking to the Lord about this thing.
It's just like, I don't know. I just, sometimes you just know. Like.
So is that why you haven't dated anyone else? You've never had?
No, I would never dated no other man, no.
Okay. Wow. I mean, I commend you, because by the time I was
you had about 6
your
of them.
age, I think I already had 2 kids and 2 different fathers. And in all honesty, I can say that, I mean, I have no regrets, but I should have sat my behind down like you're doing. I should have sat my behind down, because we expect for people at 24 years old or 20 years old to have it all together.
Right.
And most of us that, are true to ourselves and true to each other know that that's impossible. It's impossible to, I mean, not impossible. There are some guys out there, that can and women. It's not just guys, some women are all over the place in their 20s too.
For sure.
I'm one of them. So, I mean, at that stage, we're so immature and we don't really realize others' feelings to even make a decision to sit down. So I commend you on being able to have patience and be a virtuous woman and sit and do what God told you to do in spite of. Because I know you call me late night sometimes talking about, I feel some type of way, I'm praying. And I just want you to know that, I appreciate that, because when Jonathan first brought you on that first date to church, I'm by far not racist at all, but it was totally unexpected because his only other person that he had ever dated was African, like Ethiopian.
Right.
So when I saw you, I was in shock. So and if I acted a certain type of way and I never apologized for that, I want you to know that I'm so grateful that I opened up. Because in our community, we're raised to blacks are supposed to date blacks, and you know what I mean? And then when they said you had 25%, I was like, that's enough. But even if you didn't, you're such an amazing person. And
I'm not going to lie. This is my second time seeing this interview, and I've seen it from the beginning. I thought I had put it up on the channel. This is why we're here now. But when I saw that interview, that's why sometimes I tread lightly about talking about Jaidyn Alexis, because I get vibes with people, and Jaidyn Alexis is genuinely a good person. You can see her spirit. And that's why sometimes I get mad at Carlissa, and I don't know her from a can of paint. But for her to, drag, Chrisean Rock and Jaidyn Alexis, but Jaidyn Alexis in particular, because her spirit is just so, I'm not going to say innocent, but you can tell that her heart is good. That's why I honestly can't see Blueface letting that go to somebody else. I don't care if it's a female or she ends up with a man. Sometimes people don't want you, but they don't want nobody else to have you. Maybe that's the situation with Blueface. He might not want Jaidyn Alexis no more. He might not be attracted to her, whatever the situation is. But there are in everyone's life at least one person that we can honestly say, like a Jaidyn Alexis, we don't want to let them go and love on somebody else, because then we won't have that good spirit and that good person in our life no more. And it's selfish to think that way. But I really honestly think that I don't think Blueface wants to let that go. And I just hope that he lets it go only because of, the commitment that Chrisean showed him when he was locked up. And I'm not saying that Jaidyn wouldn't have done it for him if Chrisean Rock and him didn't make amends. But I feel as though he owes that to Chrisean because she kept her word. But I also feel bad for Jaidyn Alexis because she reminds me, when I look at this video once again, she's a very good person. That's why I don't say too much about her, because it's not really too much to say she's quiet. I'm not trying to say she's innocent. She's not a nun. But Her spirit, her spirit is good. It's pure. And she's the type of person where if a man's with her, he's got to watch her back because she can have friends around her. She seems to be the type they'll take advantage of her because they know that she got a good spirit, and they'll try to take her kindness for weakness.
I've learned a lot about patience just through you, which is amazing because you have like the patience of a virtuous woman. So yeah, don't I know people put you down for or say things I've seen on the internet.
Yeah.
About sitting down and being patient.
Right.
And I just want you to know, I would probably want to be one of those people if I was 24 or 25 years old. She could do much better. She should go out and do this.
Yeah.
And, those same people got like 3 baby daddies like me and 3 husbands. And you know what I'm saying? It takes time to. And so while you're sitting and you're waiting, what is it that you're doing for yourself? Like how do you sit so patiently?
Well, my son is first, always. Everything I do is for him. And I have a facial business treatment room that I, invest myself into, business, my son, and just God too, like, making sure I'm on the right path, making sure he on the right path, making sure we both is becoming better for our son. And that's all that matters. Everything is temporary right now, so.
So are you guys together now? Are you in a relationship right now? What's your relationship status right now?
We're in the same household right now. And everything's good right now. I don't have any complaints. He's still him. I'm still me. But we are in the same household, yes.
Okay. I really like that too, though, because when I'm babysitting and Javon wakes up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
He literally asks for his mommy and his daddy.
Yeah.
He does it, and that amazes me because I have 3 kids. I've never heard that before. Where's my mommy and daddy? And that's like every time I hear it, it just like it melts my heart. So I commend you on the patience for him. I commend Jonathan as well. I mean, because to be a young man with that kind of money, to me, it's like my motto with a chief or a leader is that, or a soldier, if you go out to battle.
Yeah.
And you don't make it, and you make it home, and you don't have all your soldiers with you, you're not really a leader.
Right.
You're not much of a chief. So being able to balance everything that's going on in his world, which is like 100 miles a minute.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Millions of dollars at 21 years old. I'm not even gonna say what would have happened to me.
No.
So I'm not even going to say like what would have happened to me if somebody, just overnight said, you're not only rich, but you're famous and you're tall and you're handsome and
right.
All the women are chasing you around and you have this amazing woman at home.
Yeah, he had all that money at 21 years old, and she's talking about, I guess, when he, got the money. Because he started, I think in 2018, that's when he was popping, and I guess that's when he probably started getting the big time money when he was like 21 years old or whatever, and that was probably in 2018. I ain't trying to do the math. However, he got a lawsuit now, and that money that he's going to be probably making when he gets out going to go to that the strip club, gentleman's club that he did that mess in. But to say the least, I don't care what Carlissa says about Jaidyn Alexis. When she talks and drags that girl's name on social media, she's just angry. That's to me like a family fight, because deep in Carlissa's heart, she knows that Jaidyn Alexis has been there for her son, and she's a genuinely good person. She just got dealt a bad card dealing with Carlissa's son. Somebody Carlissa raised. You know what I'm saying? That's how she got that bad card. But because of the Eusta factor with both of them, I really cannot see, Blueface leaving Jaidyn Alexis alone. I hope that it happens only because of he made a promise to Chrisean Rock. If you didn't make a promise, that'd be different. I would say be with the one that you know that you're gonna be with and grow old with, and it's gonna be still riding with you until the wheels fall off, and all that other stuff doesn't mean anything. But in this case, you gave Chrisean Rock your word, and she gave you her word, and Jaidyn Alexis allowed another woman to do the bid with her baby's father, aka so-called once in a while man. So you can't take that from Chrisean. He owes that to her. So when he gets out, be with her. Now, is he gonna be loyal? I don't know. I'm not convinced, but we're just gonna have to see.
That you've been with since you were 16.
Right.
And I understand, like, if you guys are in a relationship that's for you and your son, that works for you,
right,
do what you got to do for your son. Mm-hmm. Because there is nothing better than for a child to have 4 eyes on him at all times. Okay. So I guess the people do want to know some of the nitty gritty. Mm-hmm. Let's go back to the day where you are caught on the internet and you're like trying to break the window out. And you know I'm not judging you because I done keyed up some cars, I done bust out some windows. I get it.
I mean, everyone has like this like wrong perception of me that I'm just crazy. I mean, I'm crazy, but only for the right reasons. Like obviously there was a huge miscommunication between me and him that the internet didn't get to see. And that's usually how it goes, is the internet doesn't get to see like the real side. They just see the one side of me with the shovel and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like banging on the window. Like it wasn't for no reason. Like it was a miscommunication between him, which I told him he has to work on for sure, is his communication. Like that's his biggest problem, is he thinks, like, I don't know, he tries to get away with some stuff, but it's just better if you just communicate. You know,
right?
If he would have answered the phone that day, I would have not came with the shovel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just communication.
You need to respect the boundaries.
Absolutely, and you know.
Well, he's probably with Chrisean, and she wasn't going for it, Jaidyn. So that's why you had to break the window. You should have broke her window.
He's getting better at it, so
okay.
I'm not gonna knock him.
So, what are you guys doing to get better at it? Is there anything that?
Probably just trying to get him to be more honest. Maybe like some therapy or something.
Not happening. Didn't happen.
I think it would be beneficial, just for him and himself, not even just about us, but as a person. Everyone has stuff they want to get off their chest that they might not feel comfortable like talking about to just anybody or even just me, you know. But for sure, trying to just get him to be more honest in communication in life in general, not just with me, but with everybody.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's great. So you're thinking about you guys taking some type of counseling?
Yeah, I think it would be beneficial because I think we've been through a lot both together and separately. So I think it would be good. I'm open to it, and I think he's open to it too. I think it would work.
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. 24 years old, in search of counseling for your man.
Right.
To make him better.
Definitely.
Because most men at that age are a little broken.
Just a hot mess.
And you know, like I said, it wasn't like, you know.
Blueface don't need counseling. He needs Jesus. Blueface, honestly, publicly, has told people he's a cheater. And he can't cheat now because he's in jail. And everybody changes. People become Muslims or some type of religion when they're in jail, and they come out, and you know it might do good at first, you know, and they're this, you know, changed man. But if that's who you are before you went to jail, and you're not really making a commitment to yourself to really change, you're not talking to yourself saying, I gotta change, man, you know, I gotta make it right with one of them. Either it's Chrisean Rock, you know, with Junior, or with Jaidyn Alexis and my 2 kids, you know, but either one that he picks, he's got a co-parent regardless. But if you're not willing to come out and be really a changed man, which I don't think he's a changed man. I heard that Q&A, the last one he did, and he sounded very immature, and he was saying very inappropriate things about things that Chrisean and him do and say on the phone, and I think that, there's a time and a place in a conversation, and that wasn't the time or the place, and he knew that a whole bunch of people were going to hear that, and he thought it was cute. So what changed about him if he's doing it in jail? What's going to change about him when he gets out? He doesn't want to be forgotten about, and he's trying to keep his name alive, and has with the circus and now with the Q&As, trying to keep his name relevant on social media. And social media is what is messing up his relationship, because it's influencing him to feel as though he has to do certain things or be a certain way, and to be that dude. It's, to have that look, to be that dude. And it's messing up his relationship. And it's too time consuming, life's too short, and the people that matter, that care about you, you're hurting, while the people that don't care about you, that want to see a train wreck, you are entertaining. It just don't make any sense.
His father did a great job, as much as he possibly could, from outside of the home. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure there are things that I could have done, or his father could have done, to make his life, just a little less traumatic.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you guys are doing the counseling thing, that's absolutely, like, you don't find too many women at 24 years old mm-hmm. seeking counseling for anybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially after they done bust out all the windows.
I mean, at that point, we might need some counseling with the windows and stuff, man. But no, it's all beneficial. It's good for the long run,
Okay. So he's got this blue GC thing going on. Mm-hmm. And it's obviously women all over the place, and they're half dressed and half naked. And how does that make you feel? Are you comfortable? How do you feel about the whole?
Well, just to clear air, because at first, we all know that it was just hard. It was hard for me because, like I said, his communication when he started was not there. It was like very one-sided. It was all the information wasn't given to me of how it was going to go down or what was going to be happening. But I support everything he does, and if that's his idea, that's his $1 million idea, then I'm with it. The communication now is a lot better, and I understand a lot more. But at first, it was hard for sure. Nobody's prepared for 13 girls to be living at the house that you was just at last week. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. But now, I understand now. I see the big picture. I see the $1 million plan. But of course, it was hard at first.
Because I'm 48, and I still do this to my husband when he looking. So you again.
Now that scares me. She's too acceptant. That's why I said I don't care what she's looking like and all that. Her being mute, it's all game. At the end of the day, Jaidyn Alexis, I think she's quiet because she's confident, and she knows what time it is with Blueface. She knows Blueface better than he knows himself, and I think that when he gets out, he's gonna surprise us all. But we're gonna have to wait and see, how it plays out. But it's not gonna end well. I predict somebody's gonna end up going to jail, and I'm not just talking about CashApp. I think Blueface might get jammed back up. It's just gonna be a lot of mayhem and bedrock.
Mm-hmm. That's like it seems like he found someone that's a perfect fit for what he's trying to do, because behind every successful man is a woman.
Okay.
And they'll say it's a black woman, but it's any woman who loves him, who's virtuous, who's taking the time out to seek counseling for him.
Right.
They ain't seek no counseling yet.
So let's talk about the new artist. He's got a new artist. He's just moving all over the place. So it's a lot for you, I'm sure, to keep up. Is the new artist? No,
I don't feel no type of way about it. I think if he sees something in people that he can get out of them or make people better, I'm all for it. Of course, it's hard at first. It was definitely hard, just the whole BGC, the artist, this, that. But I don't have no ill will or, bad intent for anybody. I wish everybody the best. Mostly him, because that.
Is Carlissa talking about a new artist as in Chrisean Rock? She has to be. Because when they did the interview, when she did the interview with Chrisean Rock a few years ago, she was his artist. You know, she was living in the Blue Girl's house, and Carlissa's a trip. She knows how to just finesse something and make it just seem normal when she knows she shouldn't even be repeating it.
That's where it's all at. He started that. I hope that, you know, I want him to win, so that means whoever he feels is going to help him do that, then I'm for it.
Ooh,
I don't have no hate in my heart about any of it.
So you want him to win regardless of how you feel?
Yeah, for sure. Because it's not just about me, it's about Javon too. You know?
Right. So what kind of father is he to Javon?
Oh, he's great. He's amazing. And I knew that too. Like, he's a great dad. He's very active. He does go pick him up from school with me sometimes, at least maybe once a week at the very least. He's out there playing football, basketball. He has been going to basketball practice because Javon just started doing basketball. And
I'm so excited.
Yeah, he has been making an effort to go to the practices. You know, it's a little bit harder for him to show up because sometimes I'm like, ugh, I don't want the big, you know, the big scene of it, but it's more important for Javon, and he's so happy every time he goes. So,
and I'm so happy every time I go.
Yeah,
so it's like doing it all over again. Like, yay! So okay, so you're doing this. I'm excited about it because you've been cleaning my face for picking my bumps and just fixing me since, I mean, you were like 15 years old.
Right.
So this has been your thing for a long time.
It's been the goal for sure.
So tell us a little bit about what Babyface entails.
Okay, so my goal was to have a skin line, but I did end up going to esthetician school because I didn't want to just jump into something that I didn't know too much about. So then I started doing facials, and then now I have a treatment room in Glendale. I have a body sculptor, I have a teeth white gem girl, and then I do the facials. I do, you know, want to add on to it. I want, you know, bigger, more rooms and everything, and the skin line. I have merch. What else? I do pop-ups too. Like, me and the girls will go to different cities or areas and do like basically an event and have people come out and stuff. And they do discounted off with their services.
So let me get this straight. You've provided job opportunities and careers for others as well?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's dope. So you're both providing opportunities in the community right now.
Yeah.
You have employees, he has employees.
Right.
Wow. So did that rub off on him or did that rub off on you?
I started it like maybe a year or two ago. They're totally different, but it is kind of giving the opportunities. I think probably a little bit of both. You know, he definitely pushed me to do more, and then I'm sure he gets his little ideas from me too, because I'd be telling him like, you should take the girls, you know, pole dancing or something, like, you know, do something fun, like, you know, like.
Wow, so you give him ideas to do with the girls?
Yeah, because they can't just be sitting in there.
That's great.
Bored and stuff. That's how.
Oh, he ain't bored, girl.
And people want to know why I love you.
Oh, he ain't bored, girl. Honey, when he was in that house, he was all over Chrisean Rock, and that's how that relationship started, and that's why you can't get rid of her now. You can't get your baby daddy back. We don't know for sure. I'm just guessing. I'm just giving my opinion. We don't know for sure. Blueface coming back. He might go and run off into the sunset with Chrisean Rock and not look back. He'll probably co-parent, but I don't know if he's coming back. He might not switch back and forth between you and Chrisean Rock. He might find another boo thing and do it with. Or maybe he might not do it. He might just be loyal going forward. I don't know. Maybe jail did change him. We're going to have to see. But I want y'all to listen to this next part that's going to be coming up soon. Because when you hear this next part, you'll see what I mean when I say that regardless of what Blueface has been doing to her since he's been in jail, and publicly, to me, humiliating Jaidyn Alexis with Chrisean Rock, she will take him back. And you'll hear why I'm going to say that in a few minutes.
What? You know what? So a lot of people at home, they always jump on my Instagram and say, oh, I love the way you support Jaidyn. I love, how you have her back. And I'm thinking, she's my grandson's mother.
Right.
How could you do anything else?
That part.
I mean, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine Javon at like 12 and he comes to me like, all these people are saying this stuff about my mom and, he's feeling some type of way, or this builds some type of insecurity in him.
Yeah.
And I haven't been there to support you or, protect you. Mm-hmm. Like, what type of relationship will we have? Not to mention if, God forbid, there's ever an emergency and I have to step in mm-hmm. and I haven't been there for you.
Oh, yeah.
And now I have to raise this kid or work with this kid. I mean, as a grandparent, you still, have to help raise these kids. I get them for
sure.
weeks at a time. And how do I get him to respect me or, be all that he can be if he doesn't see me? Yeah, if we're not on the same team. So right. that amazes me when people ask me that. Like, I love how you support her. That's what a mother-in-law is supposed to do. You know what I'm mm-hmm. saying? That's what a grandmother is supposed to do. That's why they call you a daughter-in-law. Mm-hmm. You may end up changing my diapers one day.
It's very questionable. She keeps saying daughter-in-law. She's been saying it for the longest time. Only time Carlissa don't say it is when she's mad. Is Blueface married to Jaidyn Alexis, or is he married to Chrisean Rock, or is he just engaged to both of them? And when he gets out, he'll decide then who he's going to marry. That's really confusing. That's how I know how he's able to confuse these women's minds and have them accepting things that they shouldn't be accepting. Because, honey, he's confusing me. Okay, I just don't know. Is he married? Is he not married? Is he engaged to both of them? Is he not engaged to both of them? I need to know the answers. When he gets out, we need to demand the answers.
Hello. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if right. I end up, living with John and you're his wife, right. I have to live with you. Now you have to return the same favor.
Yeah.
And then they say, well, what happens, if John was to have a kid by somebody else? I would still have the same love and respect for somebody else.
Well, he did with Chrisean Rock.
Forbid to happen. Mm-hmm. I don't have a choice. But I would also let you know, out of respect, or,
right.
another person out of respect, this is what it is. I'm here for the kids.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's none of my business what you guys do. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, are you guys still doing like the polygamy thing?
I hope y'all listening.
No, not right now. No.
Okay, so that's
it was just like something fun. It was just like I was like 20 or 21 at the time. Like it was fun.
Been there,
temporary. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, temporary. Everything's temporary.
Ain't nothing fun, honey, when you sharing your man, and that's why he ended up with Chrisean Rock, because, honey, he just figured that you'd let him share himself. That's where the problem stopped, when you sitting up there sharing your man. But they're talking about Jiggy. Jiggy was in a polygamy with Blueface and Jaidyn Alexis. And Jaidyn Alexis is okay, trust me, sharing Blueface. Now, the way it went down with Chrisean Rock, that was like a little sneak move. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a different type of situation. So it was almost like a betrayal. However, she will definitely, trust and believe, take Blueface back, because of the simple fact she's been through polygamy. She doesn't have like that jealous bone in her body if she's sharing her man. You guys got to pay attention. So, I just wanted you guys to hear that part. But they definitely did polygamy before. Stay tuned. There'll be more updates on Jaidyn Alexis, Chrisean Rock, and all of them. But I just want to let you guys know that, everything that you see is not always what it appears. And I just hope that when Blueface gets out, that he holds true to his word. At least to Chrisean. I don't care if he becomes just really good friends with her and shows her the utmost respect, the most respect he's ever showed her. He owes that girl She's put her life on the line, her freedom on the line, and she's done so much for this man, and she's got so much little back from him. And I honestly hope that he holds his word like Chrisean held hers. And I wish the best for both of them, because I feel bad for both of them, because they both can't have them. And it's not fair to neither one of them to have to share them. So it's like nobody wins really in this situation. Even if Chrisean does end up with Blueface in the end, nobody wins. And it's heartbreaking, because I'm a mother, and I have a son. However, men can hurt too, from women doing the same thing that is going on with Chrisean Rock and Jaidyn with Blueface. A woman can do that to my son and hurt him. It can, tables can turn. Women are sometimes worse than men. And nobody wins. It's just people walk away from the table hurt and having to heal. Sometimes healing takes a long time, and I just feel like Blueface is very selfish, because he wants to have his cake and eat it too, but when you do it to him, he wants to do DVs on you. He got one on Jaidyn Alexis, and he got one on Chrisean Rock, and is all behind trying to control them, but not controlling himself.